So it is the day of my hen do and I'm so excited. I've actually got a veil on, I don't know if you can see it. And it actually says Mrs. Cronin to be on the back. But I'm going to try and get as much as I can of the day, but I haven't got a videographer and I don't really want to spend the whole time filming. So I'm going to show you a little bit around and what Mum's organised, and I'm going to enjoy my day as a hen. This is unreal. So good.
Who's this?
Good chat, it was so nice.
Okay, so this is beer pong.
Mel, you're paying. The pun is, I sign friend to you now, so if I get it in, you've got a drink.
Yeah.
Go! Team Goldberg, Team Cronin, let's go.
Team Cronin.
How the game goes. So they done it. So if this goes in, and if it lands in somebody else's cup, you've got to down your whole drink. Could you repeat? Melly gets to take your party down the alley. We like to drink. Go, 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 go. Why not? She's just gone. Why are you closing one eye? Maybe it's not bowling. Don't listen to him. Hold on, why are we really... Well done! Oh, who's it?
Can you do again? Because I missed it.
Oh, join in! Come on! Go, go, go! Lauren, that's for you. Drink, Initiative bonus point.
It does
help. It focuses your vision. Yes, it's got mud in this. Oh, protein. Mud. Okay, I think they're going to stitch me up. I've worked that one out.
YouTube, welcome back to our channel, and today's video is a little bit different to what we normally do because it's been a bit of a tough week for us actually. At the beginning of the week I was super run down, I was feeling so weird in myself, and then David felt the same as well, and a lot of healing has happened. I don't know what's happening with the energies at the moment, whether or not it's the 6th planet in retrograde, whether or not it's the full moon over last weekend, or whatever it is, or the solar flares that are going on. It's just the energy is super intense, and it has brought up a lot of waves of emotion and healing in both of us. David and I, we are spiritual teachers, we are emotional health teachers, and we go through these waves of emotion in ourselves. Like, we are only teachers from what we've taught ourselves and what God has taught us and what we've learned through the process of healing. And look, we're here to just be as transparent and as real as possible. I decided I wanted to interview David. I said this to him this morning where I was like, I really want to know your perspective, and I want you to share with our viewers the healing on David's perspective. I knew something was coming up. I didn't know it was going to come up today because David normally, you know, he'll feel something and it might not come up for another couple of weeks, but you know, it came up today, and I asked him permission to film it, and we filmed it. The camera quality, I don't know what's wrong with our microphone, but I've had to take the microphone off for this because, I don't know, I think maybe on the hen do someone spilt some orange juice or some Prosecco possibly on our mic. So it's a bit messed up. I'll obviously try and see if I can figure it out, but I'm still just gonna share with you the raw footage. Yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna let David tell you and from the beginning, because I want you guys to know that you're not alone in your healing journey. Like, this life that we call life, it's not easy. It's not always easy, and healing is not always easy, but with the right process, the right support, us sharing things could even help you go through your healing journey. So I do really hope this resonates and helps, and if it does, please comment, like and subscribe, and say hi to us. Like, let us know that if you've been going through the same thing this week, if it's been a hard week for you, and if you relate to anything that David's obviously going through, like, please reach out and let us know in the comments as well. So thank you guys, and yeah, here's the video.
If just for a minute I'd fall asleep and not dream about you. I hate to admit it, I'm out of ideas, I don't know what to do.
But you've been feeling this for a few days, right?
Yeah, I think like my body, I think I spend a few days feeling the pain, and then my body begins to like really wide and I sweat a lot. Now to forgive the way I've treated myself, cruelty to myself and to others. And then moving a little bit deeper beyond that, that's what it felt at the start, and then it's like feeding into, you know, how much I haven't done enough for my children, or I've kind of neglected them in the process. I feel like sorry to God. These like deeper acknowledgements, and it's like just acknowledging the fact that I came here as a choice to come here and to help heal, and I feel like I've become a part of the problem.
It just shows how every human it's so easy to get sucked up into that self-hatred, blame, hurting others. We live in a world full of war and pain and suffering, unfortunately, and it's that easy.
It's painful.
But allowing yourself to feel these emotions, do you feel a little bit more love for yourself now? More acknowledgement of yourself?
I feel relief.
Relief. Because you just before you started crying, you were saying that you were scared because you'd been feeling it all day, and then you said, I'm scared to feel the pain of it. But then I said to you, you're not scared to feel the pain of it, you already are in the pain of it. You're scared to feel the love and forgiveness for yourself. And then you just cried. Did you feel forgiveness coming through your tears?
Yeah, I'd say forgiveness.
Yeah, which is self-love, isn't it? To forgive yourself is huge.
I wouldn't say I feel self-love in this moment, because in this moment I feel quite wounded, I feel quite raw. Like I can't feel self-love in this moment, but like I've done a lot of wrong to myself and to others.
Yeah.
And to God.
I've been hanging on, counting days, thinking it was me all along.
For a long period of my life I rejected God, and I would have said I was an atheist and I didn't believe in God, but I think that just shows how far away from love I was, how deep in my rebellion, my resistance to feeling love and to acknowledging God, because the more I felt into it and the more I felt my own pain, the more I found God through the emotion.
Yeah.
Recognise God and just being able to apologise directly, because I actually know God. That was a choice, not from this physical life. It was a choice from my connection and devotion to come here.
But that's amazing you can recognise that. Not many men recognise that. But through your experience, you knew God saved you. He woke you up, right? And that's why you found that deep, profound connection with Him from when you first.
I remembered. It was a remembrance. I remembered love.
Yeah.
Not like sentimental human love.
No.
Like I remembered love, like my connection to God.
And it woke you up out of your dark slumber, didn't it?
It
made you
created
seek.
such a contrast. Before, all I knew was just the darkness I was living in, but then when I recognised or remembered love, it just contrasted and it just put a background of light behind all of my dark, and then that started the process of healing. And you just
And what?
you just accelerated it.
And the work we do as a couple to like help each other see each other's pain and suffering that maybe we can't see ourselves. Like you've shown me a lot of my own pain, and I've shown you a lot of your own pain. And we always take time to look at what each other say to see if it's true, something that we can't maybe see right away, but we always look at it, don't we? Because this has been coming up for a while, this layer,
Yeah,
for the last couple of weeks.
yeah.
Like I always said to you, like you're still carrying guilt, and I always know like someone carries guilt because of the way that you self-punish. Like you do things that are just punishing yourself.
My
Anyone-
self-punishment's like, it's
Yeah.
nowhere near as what it used to be.
No, not as.
But there is still like the emotional
Just a little,
attachment
yeah.
to like wanting to hurt myself.
Yeah,
Like I can feel that, like I couldn't see that at the start, but I see it more and more. There is a propulsion to like want to hurt, to like want to feel hurt. Then as that slowed down over the last 6 to 8 months to a year, the compulsion to wanting to hurt myself is just finding what's behind it,
yeah.
getting that.
And you were saying last night about some really horrific dreams you've been having.
I've been having horrific dreams.
Do you want to share those dreams with us today?
I think I had them bad dreams last night. Just, they are horrific. They're actually horrific. The dreams I've been having, just like mass murder, the dream I had last night was just like racial murder. It was kind of like annihilation of a particular race. The dream before that, it was just like humans being fed at bar. I have these dark,
cut up and fed on a barbecue, isn't it?
I have dark
Or
dreams.
cooked on a barbecue. Yeah.
And then this morning I reacted not reacted a little bit, but I knew that I was doing it. I knew that I was looking to hurt myself. I could see myself doing it. Like, I remember, like, I just had a bit of like a moment's lapse of like trust issues with you. And I feel like I've like suffered trust issues my whole life. But I've been on top of it, like they don't come up as much. But today, for some reason, I knew I was doing it, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted to just get it off my chest.
But you have been suffering trust issues with me.
Oh, the whole time, yeah, but it's
time.
not like, you know, like I don't suffer it to the point where I drag it into the relationship and cause confrontation and that.
Some moments,
so the moments, like slight moments, but after that, like I went in the van, you know, when you're doing your hair client, and I was just expressing how much I hated myself. And like I knew that level of myself was opening up, which is why I said it was so important I expressed it today. I knew it had a purpose and a reason, and I was just in the van feeling so much hatred, and then it just come up then. I kind of know like the process of me birthing a trauma. It never comes in just one moment. I don't just feel something and cry. Like it takes me a while to allow myself to get into that layer of myself.
And I'm quite quick with things
You're
like that.
you're quick. You're quicker, but like
Yeah.
I can be like
feel it
2 weeks
quicker.
for me.
Yeah.
That's how much resistance I have to feeding into them parts of myself.
But then the feeling into your part of yourself is the self-love that you still don't fully want to give to yourself because of the hatred.
Yeah.
So no wonder it takes time of suffering.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you deserve the suffering before you feel the love for yourself, which is your karma, which is
My karma,
which it was only right.
I feel like that's not just, it's all my karma, but I feel like men suffer this karma a lot more, a lot deeper because of how much, you know,
Pain.
women's not perfect in this world, but the cruelty and the infliction and the war and it's been done by men. It hasn't been done by women. It's been done. The men have actually physically been out there murdering each other in thousands and millions, and you know it's a very dense energy for a man to carry. And I feel like if every man awakened, every man would have a certain portion of conscious suffering to do, and I feel like that's what I've done the last few years, especially last year. The whole 9 months of what felt like a spiritual depression was just a state of suffering, but doing it consciously, feeling like I'm giving back.
But you are giving back so much.
Yeah.
The man you've become in the last 18 months, 2 years, it's just incredible. Like you are
I know.
night and day.
I'm more closer to love now than I've ever been.
Yeah.
And it
I feel
really.
like that was really raw and needed.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you though.
I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you that you don't blame me and get angry with me and scare me. Like you really take accountability of your own shit, and it's just incredible. Like earlier today, like David said, like I don't know why you love me. Like I don't know why you love me. How can you love me? I'm a piece of shit. I'm disgusting.
Today was nothing though, wasn't it? Like what I said to you this morning was nothing.
Nothing.
But it hit me so deep. Like it affected me so deeply because it's like I absolutely love this person to bits. Yeah, how can I even do that to her? And it was nothing. What I actually asked you was nothing.
No, it's
it had no relevance. Like it had a slight relevance, but it was absolutely nothing. And I knew it was nothing. But I felt like I had to just say something because it
and
was
it
like.
made you feel so shit once you said it.
Once I
you
said
didn't
it,
want to say it.
I was halfway. I was like, "What?" Like I knew I was doing it. I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" Like the only thing I want to get out of that is to be her. That's it. That's it. Nothing other than to wanting to be her. And I knew in the mid of saying it, I was like, I know what I'm fucking doing here.
And I do think a lot of men will relate to this when they have trust issues with women, and the same the other way around. There's an art of finding that person that you love and truly trust, yet your past creeps up on you and tells you otherwise, the self-punishment. and then it makes you slip into old habits, which drives the person away anyways, and then you end up in the same situation as you've always been in. And I feel like vice versa, trust issues have been such a huge thing, like, isn't it, for both of us? We've both had that, and we test each other so much. Where we knew the commitment was there, we were ready to bring up all the past to just clear it. Like, we knew we didn't want the past to get in the way.
I feel like recently I've dealt with so much shame as well, like for myself, like ashamed of who I am. Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah, of course. I make space. This is what my life's about. I make space for this. We make space for this. We make space for healing and bringing that up and clearing.
Seeing it, really seeing it, and then clearing it.
And that's what transforms our lives.
Every day.
And this is why what we do on our work, on our passion, on our purpose to create a courser platform for people to really do this for themselves. It's just, I can only be grateful to you for my life here, but I'm just as grateful to God.
Yeah, 100%. Our life is so different. Us a year ago, we are completely different people.
Like today, like you said, I think I should record this, and I had no resistance towards doing it, because I think it's important that I accept my pain, and I recognise now as a child that my wounding and my hurt and my pain was never accepted, and so I felt like I was never able to display it. I was never able to demonstrate how much I was really hurting. But now I think it's now more important, even at 35, I'm a full-grown man crying on the camera, just to really allow people to see that it's okay, like, you know, that side of you is accepted, that side of you is okay to feel, that side of you is okay to acknowledge
and to express.
And to express. But now I just need to just like meditate for a little bit now before we get up and go, because I feel quite
we have
wounded.
plans tonight.
Yeah,
It's okay. Yeah, it's so weird. It's just like, earlier I said to David, I was like, I really want to interview you, like what it feels like to be a man. Like, us women, we talk about our feelings, we talk about our problems all the time, like to each other, our girlfriends, this and that. I mean, a lot of the women talking is complaining about our other half, but I mean, we're quite good at expressing emotion. But for guys, I've not met one guy that's really like able to express their emotion. And I said to David, like, I'd love to interview you some point.
We're going to interview each other. That's
I really want
to podcast, man and woman interview.
How the process can actually be interesting. It's educational. It's an excitement of the fact that, I'm going to learn something new. It's liberating. I'm going to learn something new about myself that I didn't know before. I'm going to access a part of myself that I couldn't access before. And in that, there's so much. Like, I don't fear wounds coming up. I don't fear me seeing something of myself that I couldn't see before, or painful parts of myself, like admitting there's painful parts, because so much comes out of it. So much new energy comes in from it. And it's like this process that you start enjoying. The healing journey shouldn't have to be traumatic. And David, before he met me, like, he was in a, you know, especially at the first few months of us coming together, it was very traumatic. You know, don't get me wrong, it's not been all amazing, but it's all been so transformational. But every moment that he's gone through his deep depression, every time he comes through one layer, he meets a new part of himself that's amazing. So that there's like light at the end of each tunnel. Does that make sense? And that is what makes the healing journey worth it. Like, people get so scared, like, no, don't want to talk about it, it's too painful. But there's something through the other side. And this is what I want to share with you guys, because obviously this is what we teach, this is what we help others do, go through this process of healing, as well as teach people to go through the process for other people too. But I wanted to just show you a raw situation. And this is something we go through. Sometimes we'll go a week or two without it, but then another wave will come up. And these have been waves since we've met. So, you know, if anyone else is relating to this, if anyone else has met their divine union, their divine counterpart, and they've had these experiences, like, please comment below. Like, I'd love to meet and talk, and even do a Zoom with you guys, just to see if you as a couple are going through the same kind of process and purging, as well as us. And if we can, you know, give you advice, and you tell us about your experience and give us some advice. Like, it's all sharing. And I just don't see many people post raw stuff like that online. And, you know, YouTube is such an amazing platform that we're now thankfully on, with a lovely bunch of 500 plus subscribers. We're just so happy that you guys are following us each week. And yeah, we just want to be real with you. Like, this is stuff we go through. Like, we were even thinking about not posting a video this week because it's been such a tough week for David, and you know, we've needed time for ourselves, but I'm like, at the same time, we want to be raw and transparent with you. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you, David, for letting me interview you.
It's okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
where we always used to hide. But now I'm running from myself, got a feeling that my hands are tied. The water showing me the sky, and a reflection of myself I don't recognize. I should be honest with myself, I no